One thing I learned about Jesus Christ is that he wanted us to think for ourselves. After being in Christianity for so long, one even as a pastor, one thing that I have learned is that we I was trained not to teach people how to think for themselves. I was telling people what to think. And basically, I was not educating, I was indoctrinating and saying, this is the way you should think about this. This is the way you should think about that. And I look at it totally different now. And after really taking a good look at Jesus Christ was not telling people what to think. He was saying, this is how you should think. This is now come to your own conclusions. I'm not going to tell you what to think. And it's recorded that Jesus Christ asked his followers 305 questions are recorded that Jesus asked in the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And I just want to go over some of these questions. They're thought provoking. They're there to say, think. Why? Because, see, all of the answers are inside of you. God put truth on the inside of you. I like what in the book of Thomas it says that you go inside of yourself to find what the answers is or what the answers are. And so I wrote down a few of those questions that I want to share with you that were thought-provoking questions. Jesus asked questions like, who do you say that I am? He didn't tell him who he was. He said, who do you think that I am? In fact, John the Baptist, when John the Baptist was thrown in jail and he sent some of his disciples to to ask Jesus, are you the one or should we look for another one? Jesus didn't say, yes, I'm the one. Jesus Christ said, said, tell John that the blind eyes are open, the deaf hear, the dumb talk, the lame walk. Now, who do you think that I am? Again, Jesus asked the question, why do you worry? What is worrying going to do for you? He asked the question, what reward is it only to love people that love you? What do you get out of just loving people who love you? Because true love loves people that don't love you. He said, think about it. I want you to think. I'm not telling you what to think, but I'm telling you how to think. And I want you to think because you already have the answers to these questions. He says, how can a bad tree produce good fruit? How can people doing something bad proclaim that they're doing something good, or want you to believe that they are good? He says, don't you know people, but don't you know things by the fruit that it bears? Huh? Isn't that, he said, think. He says, is there more to life than food, shelter, and clothing? Is that all there is? If I put it in modern terms, is that all there is to life? Is just light bill, gas bill, water bill, putting clothes on the children back? Or is there more to life, like love, forgiveness, grace, mercy? He said, think about it. This is not just all the life is just going from month to month and living from crisis to crisis. Do you really think that that's what life is all about? Think about it. A few more and I'll let you go. He says, why do you notice the small flaws that are in someone else's life while you ignore the big flaws that are in your life? Shouldn't you deal with the big flaws that are in your life or the big sins that are in your life? And then maybe you will look at how to deal with somebody else's sin a little differently. Those are the things that Jesus Christ did for us. He didn't tell us what to think. He just wanted us to think. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do as you tap in to the Pastor J broadcast. I would like for you to subscribe to our channel. Join us every Thursday at 10:30 to get a full broadcast. But Jesus wanted us to think.